Hello, entrepreneurial clinicians. I am back. Last week wasn't the best week when it came to trying to be in the right place physically and then headspace to be able to do these live videos. But I'm here today. I've had a wonderful weekend of replenishing and looking after myself, and it's been such a good day here. It's Monday. It is Monday the 17th of February for those who are interested in knowing dates and times, and this is the 350 something episode of This is Private Practice. Now you're going, why are you holding spoons in your hand? Well, I thought it was important because after the weekend and my posting on the weekend, I was actually referring a lot to spoons, thinking that most people understood spoon theory. So I now understand that a lot of people don't understand about spoon theory, so I thought I should provide some education. I wrote some notes, which I'm now going to find because it would have been better if I turned up with the notes, but some spoons to help you understand spoon theory. So it's been around since 2003, and this lady called Christine Miserandino wrote an essay on the spoon theory. And essentially, it's a really cool way for people living with chronic illnesses to be able to put a concrete framework around a paradigm or a set of experiences that have very little concreteness to them. Hello, Sydney Kingston. You will be able to chime in here and share with us your experiences on this. So the whole point of spoon theory, it's a metaphor, okay? There's nothing special about the spoons. These are just the spoons I got out of the dish rack today. They're spoons. There's nothing special about them. It is a metaphor. And it's a way that people like myself refer to units of energy. I kid you not. Units of energy. Now, for me, it's energy because energy is the thing that I struggle with. In my chronic condition, I can often feel like a deflated balloon, like all the air's just gone out of me, all the energy's gone out of me. And that was certainly how I was feeling on Friday. That was why I had been making posts about all my spoons must have been in the dishwasher. I had gone to the beach to go find some spoons. At one stage, I suggested that there might have been a spoon at the bottom of a glass of vodka, lime, and soda. I was looking for ways to replenish myself and build up my spoon. So what I'm talking about there is building up my energy reserves. So why it's difficult. So everybody experiences energy depletion differently, and it's taken health professionals a really long time to acknowledge this. So rather than just saying I'm tired all the time, we need to get a little bit more sophisticated in helping our clients and ourselves express what's going on for us. So some of us can be depleted by emotional activities or social activities, cognitive activities, physical activities. Sometimes you can be depleted by all of those things. Sometimes you don't know which ones of those things are depleting you. And when you're living with a chronic illness, one day is often different to the next. So what depletes you on a Monday may not be depleting you on a Tuesday. Such a mystery. And I can say that today, but I can assure you on Friday, I was not feeling happy or excited about being involved in a mystery. I was miserable. So being able to have a different way or a more sophisticated way of expressing I'm tired led this lady to actually go, hey, how about we have some way of being able to quantify or objectify this thing called depletion, which most of us call fatigue. So we need it. What it starts with, it's not just about going, you need 5 spoons, because you might need 5, you might need 10, you might need 20, you might need 30. It's an arbitrary number. There's nothing magical about the spoons. Where the power in this comes from is when you start learning how much energy it takes for you to perform a specific task or be engaged in a specific activity. And that's what we do in our fatigue management program. It's common language for us around Purple Code when we talk about, we don't actually use spoons, we use rocks in a glass. So basically you get 10 rocks a day, which is 10 units of energy. And your job when you're feeling okay is to work out how many units of energy it might take you to get up and get dressed and have a shower, do your hair, put your face on, or not. So that might be 2 units of energy. So we're up. And then if you've got to prepare food for yourself and maybe food for somebody else, and you've already got everything ready to go, that might be another 2 units of energy. So already we're up to 4. And then you might go to the store and do some grocery shopping, or take your pet for a walk, or have an argument with somebody. But again, basically there's a bit of a charge going on. So I'm going to suggest that that's now 3 units of energy. So we're already up to 8 units of energy being used, and we've only got 2 units of energy to get through the rest of the day. So it becomes a really useful way of helping people understand what it is that depletes them, and then how we can go about pacing and organizing our life so that you're not putting all of those known depleting activities on the same day. So for me, going and doing a yoga session, plus having an argument with my husband, plus being late for an event, plus being given some not so pleasant medical information on Friday, was enough to make me go bad. Like I had used up all my spoons, all of my stones by about 11:30 in the morning. It was just not happening. And for people living with chronic conditions, oh, thanks, Sarah. People living with chronic conditions, you might get to 11:30 in the morning and we might need a nap, or we might need some extra food, or we might need to be left alone. So the trick with all chronic conditions is they are never repeatable. They are a law unto themselves, and we've really got to let go of the myth that we all have a finite amount of energy. So Sarah, your energy is different to my energy, which is going to be different to Sydney's energy, which is going to be different to our husbands or our partners or our children's energy or our dog's energy. So we've got to let go of the myth that we've all got the same amount of energy. We've also got to let go of the myth that we've all got infinite energy. I know you'd like to think you do, but we don't. That's why rest is so important, why sleep is so important. It is, you start mucking about with that stuff. Yes, Sydney, spilled bacon grease used everything. I saw your commentary about your neuro moment on the weekend and went, oh, love, I wish I was there. Thank goodness you had a puppy in the kitchen. That's all I can say about spilled bacon grease. So we've got to let go of the myth that we've all got infinite energy, and we've got to let go of the myth that energy depletion occurs the same for all people, because I can assure you that my energy depletion is very different to my husband's energy depletion. Sometimes I think he was an Energizer bunny in a former life. The power of this concept, whether you use spoons or stones, it also allows people like myself to go, it's a thing out there. It stops making it so personal to me, because when you're living with a fatigue condition, people can't see it. You don't have a handicap sticker on your forehead, and there are some days you can do more than others. And other people who aren't aware of this and don't know that this exists have a hard time going, but you could do that yesterday. Please don't say that to anyone like myself. Or I saw you do this last week, or I saw you do that 2 weeks ago, or what makes you think you can do that next week? It's like, yeah. So becoming really aware of how your energy turns up and how your energy depletes or leaves you is core and key to being able to keep going when you're living with a chronic illness. So if you were confused about all my posts about spoons, now you understand. So the spoons, all the little rocks, and the power in it is there's nothing magical about the spoons or the rocks. Just putting that out there again. The power comes in understanding how you can describe and objectify how your energy is used, and then you can start to plan when you want to do activities, or so for me, stress triggers a really big drain of energy response. So that, oh, thanks, Sydney. So I know that if I ever get stressed, chances are activities, especially social activities, I'm going to have to say no. So working on my stress and keeping my cortisol low, keeping my adrenals safe, means that I can actually do more activities. Okay, if you've got questions about this, if you're watching it later and you're going, what the heck does she mean spoons or rocks, or if you've got, I'm really happy to answer questions about this because it is awkward. And sometimes it's easier to have a person who doesn't know you answer these questions on your behalf. But yeah, Sydney, if this is helpful for you to help other people understand what it's like to live in your world, but I'm just going to say, do not have expectations that me turning up tomorrow is going to be exactly the same way as I turned up today, because my spoons might be a different shape tomorrow. All right, until then, go be your awesome self.